Yo guys, what's going on? It's Curtis here, also known as a True Jack, back again on the channel, and today we're going to be discussing whether Cooper should go or he should stay. Tough decision really, some fans want him out, some fans want him in. It's very questionable to be honest with you, and it's a massive debate, tough one to call, but I'm going to be giving my thoughts about Steve Cooper. Before we get into the video, I've got to say a massive thank you to all who subscribed. We have now got the 1K. It means a lot to me, and thank you so much. Hopefully more content will be on way soon. Hopefully we'll be back doing vlogs again next season. Right, so let's get into the video now and talking about Steve Cooper. He came into the club in 2019. It's his second year managing a senior club. Obviously he managed England as the 17s before he came into us, and he said he'd like to play attractive football and all that, but at the minute it doesn't look that way at the minute, as we've been playing hoofball recently. I just don't know what's happened to us. So yeah, we'll be discussing what has gone wrong with Swansea City as well. Steve Cooper, in the first season, he guided us to the playoffs on a dramatic final day where we beat Reading 4-1 and Nottingham Forest crashing out the playoffs, getting replaced by us as they lost 4-1 themselves, which was at home to Stoke City. So yeah, we kind of overachieved that season, and the target for this season now is to finish in the top 6, considering the fact that we got into the top 6 last season. Obviously there was playoff disappointment, we lost to Brentford 3-2 on aggregate. We won the first leg 1-0 after an Andre screamer, and Brentford battered us 3-1 in the second leg of Griffin Park. It was their finals game at Griffin Park, and they impressed the Brentford fans. So yeah, this season has been very different. I mean, we started off very brightly. We looked like a top 2 contender. We've had the most clean sheets in the league. We had the best defence in the league, but things are changing massively at the moment. Pretty much the whole season we've been playing at the 3 at the back, 5 back system, whatever you call it now, with no wingers. And it's been working out until now really. We changed the formation against Preston, but we still couldn't get the 3 points. We also got the loss as well, right death as well. Same thing happened with Birmingham on Friday night. Performances have been very terrible recently, and we're on the verge of crashing out the playoffs if this continues. I mean, we've done all this hard work earlier this season. First half of the season we've been outstanding, and the start of the second half of the season where we were outstanding as well. So yeah, just say before and just after Christmas we've been playing so well until at this point really, since the Man City defeat, I'd say. Even though we have been getting wins in between, performances have not been great. We've been very lucky to get 3 points recently, and for example Stoke and Middlesbrough, recent wins, obviously in last month. If it weren't for the officials, it's scary to think we'd be 7th by now, because we had late penalties thanks to the officials, and yeah, we've been rescued pretty much. Otherwise we'd be out the top 6, because performances have not been very good recently. I mean, Norwich was probably our best performance throughout the whole game. Well, Bristol City in the first half we were all over them, but we just couldn't score. Goal scoring has been the main issue for this season, and defence, we looked unstoppable. Looking at earlier in the season, and it looked like we could be contenders for the Premier League, but we're just drifting away. I mean, I just don't know what's happened to us. Thing is, we don't have a proper striker, like an outright centre forward. Or Jordan Morris was meant to be a striker, but he had an ACL against Huddersfield, although he was like a wide striker. And apparently Morgan Whittaker is the same as well. And Morgan Whittaker, obviously, he's been playing well recently for us. He's not injured, but he should be playing in centre, not on the wing. Like, because there's the out striker, a guy like Ivan Toney, for example, or Ollie McBurney, Ryan Brewster. This is a type of guy that we are missing. We could have done with someone like Ryan Brewster this season. 20 plus goals could have happened, and I think we would have easily secured playoffs by now if we had Brewster. Well, we can't really rely on one player, but Andre and Jamal Lowe are not proper strikers, they're actually wingers. And unlike the other top 6 teams, like Brentford, like I said, they got Ivan Toney and they've got Marcus Horst to back up, and also Reading, they got loads of options up top. So Watford, they got the likes of Deeney, Gray, Joe Pedro. They got loads of options. Bournemouth got loads of options as well. They're too good to be outside the top 6 a minute. 4 points off us and they're in 7th place. Yeah, things are about to get gruesome for us, and we got a big game against Millwall on Saturday. This losing streak must end, because I think it's probably down to Cooper's tactics or down to the players. It's a tough one to debate really. Well, I mean, against Preston he did change the formation, to be fair with him, but it didn't even work out at all. I don't know whether it's probably down to the players, they're just not turning up. The players don't look bothered for the rest of the season now, and it's just becoming an absolute joke. If there were fans there, things would have got very ugly. There probably would have been boos at that full-time whistle against Preston North End, and performance-wise have been very questionable. The players are not playing for him at the minute, which is which is a concern. Plus, we don't have a big squad depth either, unlike the other top 6 clubs. So yeah, nothing else Cooper could do really apart from changing the system. Hopefully he can do more attacking drills. And also at the same time about Cooper, his tactics have been very negative recently. Well, Cooper, his tactics, he doesn't have a plan B really. His substitutions, he uses a lack of subs. Like he brings on like Morgan Whittaker, for example, against Birmingham in the 92nd minute just to react to the going to 1-0 down. He mostly uses reaction subs. It's really frustrating. And manager needs to be rotating the squad. Cooper has a lack of rotation and he doesn't often make subs. So it's like burning the players to the ground. He's done that pretty much most of the season. Although he has made a few changes now and again, but thing is, he needs to make subs more often because the players have been burnt to the ground. We had the international break and it still doesn't seem to work. We're still seeing the same crap every week. And as well about the system that we've been playing all season pretty much, it's worked out until now, like I said, and Lee Bowyer basically mocked us on Friday night, saying they know how to pass around, how they just know how to play against us other teams, and trying to change the system, it still just doesn't work. I think it's probably down to the players not playing for Cooper. The players don't look bothered for the rest of the season. It doesn't look like we want playoffs. But at the same time, we don't know what Cooper's tactics are. Don't know whether it's the players not turning up or is it Cooper's tactics. In my opinion as well about Cooper, if it wasn't for him though, I don't think we would be in the top 6 at the minute. Because we probably would be in a worse situation if we had a different manager. Well, it depends on the manager really, but Cooper has done pretty much a decent job until now where his tactics have been, he's lost a plot a bit, he's lost a dressing room. Yeah, I just don't know what's going on with the Swans at the minute. It's really frustrating in my opinion, and if we don't go up, probably Cooper might be gone, AU will be gone, he's out of contract, and it's the last season of the parachute payment, so God knows what's going to happen for the future. I actually fear for us the rest of the season, and hopefully Cooper can change something. He did make the right team against Preston, I thought, playing 4 at the back just to go more attacking. I thought that was a sensible thing to do because we're showing a lack of goal scoring. I mean, we have not scored in our last 4 games. And Norwich beat Huddersfield 7-0 recently, and now they've scored more goals than us since the 1st of March. Like, how on earth are we top 6 team? We look like a team like Coventry, for example, no disrespect to them. We're just looking like a team like them at the minute, like down the bottom, like trying to avoid League 1 for next season. Yeah, it's not good the way we're going because teams like Barnsley, Red and Bournemouth, they just keep winning a minute. We need to be doing the same, or else we're in danger of crashing out the playoffs. Hopefully Cooper can sort something out. He did try to change formation, to be fair, but it's a massive debate whether Cooper should go at the end of the season or not. Well, I think we'll see how he plans for the rest of the season, and the decision could potentially be made, but at the moment, it's a tough one to call at the minute. So, anyway, guys, Millwall on Saturday, like I said. Don't know if I'll be bothered to do a watch along or what, we'll see, but if you want to see more content, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and yeah, once again, thanks for getting me the 1K. Peace.